to talk about college and beyond. The one things that my girlfriends and I have active conversations on are how often do you contact your kids? Because nowadays with text, is it the light frequent contact or,
Right.
what happens during college and how do you still keep the family connection throughout all these times, right? Because you want them to successfully launch, to individuate, to, want to go out on their own, but you still want to connect. So what's the
Right.
right
Right.
balance during that
Well,
time?
everybody has to work this out for themselves, but there are two problem ends. One is when I have a case like this right now where the girl wants to call 11 times a day. She's a college freshman. And so too much contact can be as problematic as no contact. And in that case, she had a boyfriend that went to another college. He looks like he's taking a hike. She's having meltdowns every minute. She's decided she hates the school and she wants to transfer right now. And she's been there for 4 weeks. So in that case, the mom is doing her a service to be connected to her, but she's trying to ramp it down. Over 4 weeks, she's ramped it down to one call a day at 5 o'clock. So instead of just picking up the phone the minute, there's the merest problem, it's like clustering the phone call into one time. So that, I'm going to turn my phone off because if all the girl is doing is calling home, she's not engaging in college.
Right. She's not even at college, really.
Right. And for all these assorted reasons. And in that case, it's about ramping down on the contact. Of course, the other end, and it's very common, is those that just fling out to college and don't even call home, even though that was the agreement. It's always good to have an agreement before you go. Hopeful thinking that they'll follow through the Sunday phone call at 5 p.m. or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But what's really nice about texting, I have to admit, is those little, as long as the parent isn't intrusive and it's actually a pleasantry that the college freshman, might receive, not just put up with. Sending a little picture of the dog doesn't help.
Yeah.
Does help a
Right.
lot, or your favorite chocolate chip cookie. Any cute asides, it's often they'll throw you a bone. They'll say, "Oh gosh, I miss, the puppy so
Yeah.
much." Whatever. But texting is good. And then at some point saying, could we have an in real life phone call? And it has to be negotiated. And a lot of parents, and good for them, give them a long rein because when they get there, there's so much going on. There's either school or there's social activities or there's sleep and naps. And so, we're just a little mosquito that they have to kind of, flick off.
Manage. Yeah.
Right. And then it's really, again, the relational approach is I've given you 3 weeks. It's only been text here and there. But then you say, please, can we have and again, you're just hoping that your kid is empathic and kind enough that they can say, oh, it's a real inconvenience, but Saturday at 2. So
Right.
it's all got to be worked out.
Wow.
One thing I would also recommend is don't leave don't leave voicemail on their cells. I think parents have learned they don't listen
Yeah.
to, voicemail. So learn what they do, I mean, maybe they let you on Facebook, maybe not, maybe Instagram, maybe not, but that can be back and forth. And if parents haven't been too obnoxious, they might let you on their Instagram account. So, that way we get connected as well.
Right.
But one thing I want to also mention was the dump phone call. That's another part of the book. Do you remember,
Yes.
TJ?
Yes.
A lot of parents are so thankful for that because almost everyone, every parent will receive a dump phone call at some point in college where they're really hitting bottom, feel awful, and we need as parents to know how to interpret, like, how bad is this? Now, the college freshman one is just classic. There'll be a confluence of things that happen. They had a fight with their roommate because they were exiled from their room.
Right.
Something happened with a test. Something happened in their rush or, in their social
Right.
situation. And the only person they're really comfortable letting their hair down with is you. In the freshman first couple of months, they don't want to look uncool. They don't want to look like a wimp or a baby. And this goes for boys and girls that, they are comfortable letting their hair down with you. So when you get that phone call at 11 o'clock where everything is wrong, we want to kind of realize now there are many moments that are low points and they go low and then they go higher again. Right. So you might just offer empathy. Maybe you'll try a little problem solving, like, how about taking a run? Or,
Right.
hey, how about joining that club we talked about? And they'll go, don't you listen to me? Everything's wrong. Nothing can be fixed. And then you go, oh, they're black-white thinking. They are in extremis. and they
Right.
can't think in good perspectives. And then what you do is you say, text me after you get home from wherever you're doing next, or text me tomorrow. And then, you know, you'll usually see that their moods have
Right.
been elevated and things go on. And if they don't, please assume good rather than bad.
Oh no, that already happens already. It's like an emotional, negative,
Right.
toxic waste dump, and they just want to dump it inside of you. And it's just about holding the container
Right.
and just waiting till all the stuff is dumped in, so you can flush the toilet and make
Right,
it go
put a little
away.
dump on your front doorstep.
Exactly.
The difference, CJ, is of course when they're living with you in high school, you see their mood the next day. In college, you don't see them,
Oh,
and so
I
you're left
get
with
it.
that
Okay.
detritus on your doorstep, and that's the last recency effect in memory. That's what
Right.
we
Yeah, like, oh my God, it's a miserable experience for them.
right.
I'm
They're going to
so
transfer. You know?
Yeah, interesting.
And so that's why a follow-up text is just a nicety. Please send me one. Is what you say at the end of that phone call.
I love it. All right, we've been talking to Laura Kessner, Dr. Laura Kessner, and we've been talking about her book, The Launching Years. Thank you so much. I want to have you.
It means so much to me that you're listening to the show, and would love your support in any way by giving me comments below, or to subscribe to the show, or share the show with friends. Thank you again for your support. Love and blessings.